You see, I didn't even bother myself because I knew you were going to get it
Oh
first.
yeah,
You
yeah,
were just
yeah.
waiting.
Of course. Why not?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wife and husbands, wives and husbands, daddies and mommies. Welcome to the 1% Bias Show. I'm your man BWI, and I am with
BDX,
one and only
BDX,
BDEX. And
welcome
guess
back.
what, guys? We're representing today.
United all the way, man.
I mean,
United all the way.
the funny story is this is the worst time to actually come out with your jerseys and trying to represent. This is the
What do you
worst ever
mean?
time. But guys, we've decided
What
to
do you
come with our
mean?
jerseys
What
today because
what what do you
I
mean?
lost what 2 days ago against
I
Newcastle.
mean, it's a thing for you. I don't know why you're surprised. I don't know. I actually do not
Wait,
know why you're
wait.
surprised.
Is it what?
It's a thing. Like it's a thing.
I
Like
can't
you
I
guys, you
can't hear
guys.
you from down that
It's
table.
it's it's a thing. Forget it. You guys
I
are not winning any
you're
trophy.
too
You
I
know
can't
what?
hear
Yeah.
you. I can't hear you
Let's
from the
let's start.
second place.
Let's start off. Let's start off with this, right?
All right, fine.
I saw a post on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody said Arsenal only have one more season with Saliba before Madrid comes and buys him.
You know what's
And
funny?
I'm like, very
I,
true.
I
I'm like, if you
genuinely
don't win, very true.
I genuinely cannot actually argue with that because man. Okay, where do we start? You know what? How are you doing? Hope you've been good because we haven't done the
Yeah.
pod
I've
for
been
some time.
good. I've been good. I mean, I've been good. United not making me happy, but what can I do? I've
It's
been all
shocking.
right.
It's shocking that you're still wearing that jersey. Like it just like seeing the United badge. This is not the United I grew up with. Honestly, like no. I'm not trying to throw shades here, but it's sad. It like I can't even remember the last time I saw a Man United fan wearing a United jersey. It's been that bad.
It's because you haven't been watching United games. If you watch,
Exactly.
you see people.
Exactly.
If you've been watching, you see people on the pitch every single
No,
game
but there's no
wearing
point.
the jersey. We're
No, but
having a
there's no
game.
point.
We're having a game tonight, and you see people still wearing the jersey. What are you talking about? True, thick, and thin. That's what support is,
Well,
right? That's how far we support.
currently your
True,
club is
thick,
too
and thin.
thin because there's no thickness in that
See,
club.
coming
That
from
club looks
let
finished.
me tell you, yeah. Only like maybe like Real Madrid and maybe a few clubs can
Don't
say
bring
that.
history
But
now.
no. It's
History. Are you
not
bringing
history. It's
history?
not history. Coming from like an Arsenal fan, like you guys are the general,
You see, I'll be honest with
president
you, yeah.
general among the
Fans like you make
when it
me
comes to
sick.
when it
You hear
comes
me?
to thick and thin.
Fans
Like
like you,
come on, man.
no.
Get
If
out.
you're talking about through thick and thin, Arsenal fans are the
Yeah,
through
that's what
thick
I'm
and
saying. You
thin.
guys are the general of it. So why are you trying
Yeah,
to,
but we're looking back. We're
why are you trying
better
to
now,
make
though,
it
aren't
seem
we?
like
We
why
are better now, aren't we?
better in what?
I know you will probably
What's the
come with the no
result?
trophies. I know you come with the
Exactly,
no
but no,
trophies,
but
yeah.
what's the result? Like better how I mean, of course, yeah, you're better on the pitch, like you play well, everything. But at the end of the day, like what have you celebrated?
It's fine. It's fine. How are you doing? How
What
are you
have you
doing today?
celebrated?
How are you doing today?
5-1 against
How are you doing
Manchester
today
City.
now?
I don't care. Let's go straight into it. Let's go. Don't ask me.
All right then,
Don't ask
fine.
me. Let's
All right, guys.
go.
Our first talking point will be Arsenal. Let's talk about
Arsenal's
Arsenal.
trophy. Arsenal finally won a trophy this season. They finally won a trophy this season,
hey.
and
This is the one
we're
percent
happy
bias.
for them.
Wait, this is the 1% bias show. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, but then only have just that 1%. Let's actually talk football. Let's talk about current form this season.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
bring
yeah, yeah.
history. Don't
Yeah,
bring history and all of
we're
that. Yeah,
talking about this. This
yeah.
happened
Let's talk
like
about this season.
just a couple days ago. It's not that long.
It's fine.
Your first trophy in like 5 years.
But
Another
that is not a
applause for
trophy.
you.
You're having a laugh.
Should
You're
I
having
make
a
it five?
laugh.
Should I make it five? Should I
You know
make it
what?
5 round of
It's fine.
applause?
Anyways, I'm going to just just take that with a pinch of salt. That match was actually, should I say, the best game for me this season. Beating City 5-1. I know,
Everybody
guys.
has
This
been beating City. I don't know what you expected. I
five
feel like
one. Did you beat
I
City
feel
five
like
one?
I don't care 5-1, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. But what I'm trying to tell you is that I feel like the good thing is that for the first time in like maybe 4 5 games,
Mm,
Arsenal have gone into that game as the favorite to win it. That City game,
I agree. No,
right?
but then can I tell you a very funny start?
Even though no, but even though like City have not really beaten Arsenal in the last couple games, Yeah,
That's funny.
but every of those games, City have gone into those games as the favorite to win, even though they've not won.
Not
But
really.
this one,
Not
yeah,
really.
no, no,
Some
no.
some
I'm
some
I'm saying
games
I'm
we go in
saying
as favorites.
I don't
Not
I
really.
don't I don't
No,
I don't
I
think
know
I
where
don't
you're
think I've
coming from.
remembered
I know where you're coming
Arsenal being the
from.
favorite to win.
No,
But they've
sometimes.
not lost.
Look,
But they haven't gone in.
If City didn't pay the referees, yeah, and if we Arsenal were not usually robbed by these referees and the Premier League, yeah,
When you
we'll be
were
beating
drawing
them.
when you were drawing City, is that what it is?
Do you know? I recently watched one of the highlights from when 3 years back. The one of the Odegaard penalty. It was a
Mm-hmm.
clear penalty, and then Bernardo Silva dived, and then they won that game 2-1. It hurt my feelings, and this
We're
was three
back
years ago.
again.
Okay,
Arsenal and
let's not talk about the
referees.
past. Let's not
We're
talk about the
back
past.
again.
But
Arsenal and
yeah, let's talk
referees.
about Arsenal's transfer window. We'll probably cover each team's transfer window.
Yeah,
We,
yeah. No, no,
wait,
no.
we didn't even have a transfer window.
We'll
Uh,
cover transfer
transfer
window
window
at
as a
the end
special.
because
All
you
right,
guys
cool.
didn't have
It's
anything.
because
But
I was going to talk about this Arsenal segment, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what? We didn't even have a transfer window, so there's nothing to actually say about the transfer window for
okay.
Arsenal.
Going on from that though, how do you
Mhm.
feel? Like, how do you feel about your club right now?
I feel terrible. I'm not going to lie. Being an Arsenal fan is very difficult. Like you said, thick and thin. It's terrible because the team. Oh, hello everyone. Nice to see everyone. Please, if you're new here, please do like, share, subscribe to the channel. We'll be talking football as often as we can. Yeah, being an Arsenal fan is very difficult. Sometimes it feels like a course. You understand? Arsenal is the only team that will win a big game, and then teams will still insult like insult Arsenal. We'll win a big game, get insulted, and I can still understand why we are getting insulted. Do you understand? Someone did a crazy start. 23, 22, 23 years without a Premier League, 20 something years without a Champions League, no Europa League. Obviously, 5 years without. But we've been, God.
And then you
If
won
not for the
5-1.
FA Cup, we have not won another trophy for 20 something years. How can I raise my chest up? And the sad thing is, we've been playing good. We're actually a good side, a decent side, maybe not a good side.
You've been playing great in the last
2 3 years,
4 years.
no, two
No,
three. I
no,
would say
no.
2 3 because we challenged
Ateta
two.
has been there like 5 years. So in his
Yeah,
first
we
year,
finished eight,
okay,
eight,
then
six, and then
yeah,
straight to
yeah. So
second,
maybe in
second.
the like 4 years, isn't
I'd
it?
say
So
three. I'd say three. It's really tough.
so
It's really tough. And then I can't really carry my chest out there in public. Do you understand? Like, I've had this jersey, it's still clean. This is from what, 2 seasons ago. I barely wear it because how can I come out with this jersey with no trophy? It's wrong.
it doesn't matter, but that's what you used to. Like
No, I'm
20
not as
years,
shameless as you though.
20 years, we were
No, 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 no.
probably like
I'm
no,
not.
no, 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 no.
Hmm.
20 years, we were probably like what, like a teenager, a kid. So
Obviously, now
that's
how
all
old do I
you've
look?
known.
I look
So
22, don't I?
no, but that's all you've known though. You haven't really seen us now win
Well,
anything
no, I
major in your
have though.
lifetime.
No, no, but I was there when. Let me not expose my age. Yeah, rude. But I was there when we were invincibles. I was born. I was walking.
You were born, but you
I was
did not
walking. I can
support the
remember being
club.
invincible. But yeah, I agree
You
with
did
you. I
not.
can
You
actually.
you're actually invincible at that time.
Martin, Amir, I thank you. Zero Champions League. We said that already. You don't have to repeat yourself. Zero Champions League. But yeah, I agree. So it's really, the summary is tough. And the problem again, and this is why I wanted to go into the transfer, the gist of the transfer market. But you're saying we should do that as a separate segment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The club needs to. You know what's crazy is how every football fan is saying the same thing: buy a striker and you're good to go.
We've been
Like
saying it. No, see, the funny thing
everybody.
is, I know Arsenal fans, and this is crazy, right? When we're saying this thing towards the back end of last season, I
Mhm.
know Arsenal fans. In fact, one Arsenal fan who is actually my friend
Mm.
argued that Arsenal did not really need a striker,
That
except he
that
was
is not an Arsenal fan.
no, 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 except he was a striker that can give at least 20 to 30 goals. So like a
Yeah, but
Ireland
that's what we mean,
returning
though. Of course,
Ireland
when we're talking about
returning kind
striker,
of
that's
striker.
is yeah, that's what we are talking about. The
You don't
Isaacs
need-
and the Hans.
you don't need that though. I feel like I feel like getting a Haaland kind of striker is going to be difficult
What kind of
because
profile are
there
you
is
looking at
none.
for an Arsenal?
But what I'm telling you is you need at least a striker that will score like 10, 15 goals a season.
15 minimum Premier League goals. Yes,
Yeah,
I'll
maybe
take it.
10, maybe 10 is even fine. Why?
Havertz is
Because
going to score 10.
yeah, no, no. Why?
No,
Because right, you've been a team from like the last season and maybe like 2 seasons ago.
share the
You've been
goals.
exactly, so you've been a
Mm.
team that share the goals, right? There would not be that much pressure on like Saka to score, Martinelli to score, Odegaard to score. They will score here and there. Like you can't deny them scoring
No, but
goals.
that's
But what
also
I'm
been
saying
our
is
problem, though.
having a proper striker, and you can tell me, yeah, Havertz, would score 10 goals a season, but
Mm.
Havertz would usually score 10 goals a season
That's what
in
I'm
games
saying.
where, like the last game against
Oh yeah,
City,
the
he
commentator said
scored
that
one after
he
like
always
four
scores when we
goals.
don't need his goals.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. It was like one on one with the goalkeeper
He
when it
flunked his
mattered the
line.
most, and he missed
He
it.
didn't. He missed it.
That's
And
what
then
I'm
the
trying
goal
to
that
tell
didn't
you.
matter,
So
he scored.
yeah, so you don't really need like a see, even if you get like you can't get him anyway, you'll be reaching at this point. If you
Osimhen?
get like Alexander Isak,
No, we can't
for
get that guy.
example, you,
He's
you
done.
can't get him,
Do you
of course.
know? Finish. Sorry.
Yeah. If you get somebody like him,
Think I.
that would be good. But unfortunately, you can't because you had the opportunity to buy him and you
And they
bought
didn't buy him.
Havertz. You missed it
It's
and you
crazy.
spent money on Havertz.
And
And I can't. I don't know what Ateta is thinking because right, you bought Raheem Sterling. I mean, on loan.
oh my god.
Like what the hell, man? Like Calafiori. And I get, you will say,
Oh my
yeah, these
god.
players have been injured this season. But it was obvious to the blind that this team
We
needed a striker.
we did not have a transfer window, in my opinion. Like when people were saying this transfer window was like a 4, I think it was like a 3. Do you know the people we signed? Do you do you know personally? I feel like we haven't signed a proper player since Rice. I don't even know who came first. I think Havertz came before Rice.
Yeah, but I feel like the proper player you've signed or the only one you've signed. Oh, I mean, obviously you didn't sign him recently, but he was on injury. Is Timber.
Oh, Timber was good.
Apart
Yeah, but
from
that was two
apart from
seasons
apart
ago.
from apart from
Timber
Timber,
has been
every
fantastic.
other person in your team has been the same person from like a season
This
ago.
guy said Ateta thinks he's Pep. You're not a philosopher.
I mean, so sometimes that's the thing with coaches like that because they want to prove something. They
Mm.
do too much. They
They
sort
do.
of
He's doing too much.
overdo it, and I'm like, it's just the simple basic, like just the basic thing. You see what Pep did, right? He
Mhm.
played that season before Haaland without a striker, and we understood that. But he himself knew that this team
He
still
needed
needed a
a
striker, and
striker.
he went and they
And these
bought a
guys had
striker.
Haaland and Alvarez at the same time.
Exactly, that's
Bro,
what
we
I'm
don't
trying to
have a
tell you.
striker. Do you know that? Havertz
That's
wasn't even brought in as a striker. He came
even
to
Jesus,
replace
even
Xhaka.
even even Jesus that you think is a striker
Jesus only turns up for his
for
birthday, Christmas.
it's not even that for hell's sake. Jesus was a backup striker in a team that had no striker.
Do you
It was
get?
the
He
backup,
wasn't
so it
starting.
wasn't like yeah, exactly. I feel like Pep knew what he did when he dashed you guys, Zinchenko and Jesus. He
Ah,
just
God, even
thought, yeah,
Zinchenko
these
too
guys are
don't
not part
wash.
of the
Ah,
team.
God, who do us like this now?
But yeah,
Zinchenko,
anyways.
we need to first of all stop buying players from people in the Premier League, like those big teams. Look at Havertz is hit and miss sometimes. Havertz
I
has been
mean,
okay.
Harvard, a lot of people still, because he scores goals, even though sometimes they do not matter much, but it's still not amazing in some people's book. But
Yeah, I think the clubs to avoid next time for Arsenal,
as
avoid
Arsenal
Chelsea.
fans anyway,
Chelsea, stop buying players from Chelsea, please. I
honestly,
beg
just
you in the name
Chelsea
of God.
sell. Oh
And
no, they
Man
sell
City,
crap.
you see
Trust
those
me.
two teams, avoid them at all costs.
No,
This Arsenal,
Man City sell fine players.
no to Arsenal
They
now.
just sold. Yeah, I was gonna
The
say
two we bought from them,
they
look
just
now.
sold crap to you, but they sell fine players. They sold Cole
Let's
Palmer to Chelsea.
let's move on
But
to
anyway, let's
Man
let's
City.
move on. How was
Let's talk a
the
bit
how
about Man
was
City.
the no, before we get to Man City, you
Okay.
want to run away from it. How was the Newcastle
No,
game?
no, no. I feel like the time we've spoken too much on Arsenal. There's no need about
No,
talking about the
how was the
Newcastle.
Newcastle game,
No,
man?
no, no,
Let's
no, no,
talk
no.
about
The
Isak.
Newcastle game is.
Isak,
Wait, hang on.
Anthony
Can you hear
Gordon
me?
and Isak cannot be stopped by. I'm looking for Saliba. It must be in Isak's
Wait. You
pocket.
don't
Him
get
and
it. The
Gabriel.
network. Can you hear me? I feel like we should move on, sir.
let's
Well,
let's move
that
on. Let's
game,
move
that
on for your
I
sake.
don't know
Let's
what
save
can
you.
what can we say. Literally, can I be honest with you? Newcastle don't win that game if they don't have Isak. Facts. That player, that guy, that number 9.
That's what
He,
it's there for. And you say Newcastle
no,
go
no.
win the game if they don't
Understand
have.
what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to. Sorry, I probably didn't phrase it right. I'm trying to say if Arsenal had Isak, Newcastle had maybe any other player apart from Isak, we win that game. I'm trying to
If
reiterate the importance of a number nine.
if
A former. Let's just forget about Arsenal. Let's leave those guys.
no, 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 but
Let's
yeah, the guy is good. The guy
it's
is
really
good.
good. Like
Like
what can I say?
the way like for some
Spinning,
reason,
making
right?
runs behind the
The
defender,
guy the
leaving his
guy can
defender
the
dead.
guy,
Bro, he did Saliba dirty. I've never seen Saliba so bad
honestly,
and fragile since
like
I've
the
been.
guy
I mean, I've seen him
rattled your
once or twice,
defense. Like
but
it literally rattles
nah,
your
he did
defense.
Saliba dirty. He
I'm
did
like,
everyone
what
dirty.
the hell?
Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy
Crazy,
because
man.
like Saliba looked lost. Like he was nowhere to be found, man. Like
They were shaking, and I'm like, come on, man. Like these guys, they form big guys,
no,
strong
but that's the
defense on.
problem. No, no.
No, but
So
this season they've been quite shaky though.
Arsenal's defense.
Yeah, like I feel like
Mm,
Saliba and Gabriel, they've not been as
I wouldn't say the Gabriel. I
strong
would say
as
Saliba.
they.
Saliba
Okay,
has been a bit shaky, but Gabriel
yeah,
has been stayed the same this whole season.
fair enough, fair enough.
This guy said Saliba turned around. Yeah, that's Mufasa, please.
Honestly.
Oh,
Oh
that was cold. Oh, let's that's enough, man. Arsenal has suffered today. And it's sad because today I decided to wear the jersey.
man, you looked at me and thought, yeah, you're gonna do it today.
Oh
But
boy.
anyway, let's move on. I've got a
Saliba.
game to
Hey, Rob
watch.
Pierre, that's Mufasa. Damn.
I've got a game to watch.
Ah,
Should we go
bro.
Manchester City?
Yeah,
What
let's
do
just
you
touch on
think?
Man City. I mean, it's been a terrible season for Man City. What can you really say? They've been
Yeah,
terrible
and
this
and
whole
and they're
season.
and they're having it worse because they're playing Real Madrid.
Oh, in the
You know,
Champions League.
yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I don't think there's anything to say about City.
that's what I'm
Honestly,
saying.
like
It's
it's
a
just
terrible City.
obvious
It's not
that
the same City. But
it's just
what I will
crap.
say as a fan is, I think for them, unlike other teams, this is one team that deserves an off season. Like you can't even say shit because they've been so good this last how many years? Like 8 years back to back trophies.
Mm,
So one season off. In fact, we expected this 2 years ago. Because I mean, they needed, and these guys are fourth or fifth on the table. It doesn't make any sense. Like we keep crying and shouting, "Oh, City is back." They are fourth or fifth. They're not far off.
yeah, but does that tell on the other teams as well?
Yeah,
The team, because Newcastle anyway they've been up and down as
up and
well.
down as well. Chelsea
Aston
up and
Villa
down.
they've
We'll get
been
to
up
Chelsea.
and down.
Every
Chelsea
team, all the
up
teams
and
around.
down. United nowhere to be found.
Why are you calling
Anyway,
United? No, no, no. Why did
no,
you?
I no, no, no. I'll
No,
I'll,
no,
I'll
no.
be
But
real.
like we're
I'll
talking
be
about
real.
people in the top half of the table. You now added
That's why I
United.
said United nowhere to be found
No,
because
there was no need
United would
mentioning United in the
stop saying
first
that
place.
United will usually be there. Stop saying as if
When was
we
the last
wouldn't
time
be
he
there.
finished top four?
Why are you talking like this?
That's Mufasa.
Why are you talking like this? Why? But anyway,
Just keep looking down the table for
let's
United.
yeah, we'll get that. They're nowhere to be found. Like that's not a thing. You can't shame me. It's fine. I agree
You can't
with
shame
you.
the shameless right now, man.
Honestly, I agree with you because yeah, they're nowhere to be found. I'm not happy about it, but
Mm.
it is what it is right now,
It
isn't it?
is what it is, brother.
But yeah, we move on. Liverpool though, how
Oh my
it's
days.
Liverpool's league to lose.
They can
It's
literally
actually
win
Liverpool's league to
everything.
lose.
Everything is
You
like
know
in
what?
their
I thought
hands.
of that as well. Like
Everything.
they're actually on the
Carabao, FA
treble.
Cup, Champions
They
League,
are actually on
Premier
the
League,
treble. They could win the Champions League. They could win the Premier League. They
everything.
could win the FA
And you know
Cup. They
what's
could
more amazing
win
is
the
the fact that
EFL.
I might be wrong, but they only signed Chiesa, wasn't it? I don't
Yeah,
know who
they've
else
only
they
signed
signed.
Chiesa.
I
Yeah,
don't know. They
and they
didn't sign
haven't.
anyone in
They've
January
barely played
window.
him. They've barely played him,
So
and
they've
they
literally used
even
their
even this January
squad,
transfer window, there was no movement from
no
them.
movement.
Like
I don't know how they're
literally
doing
no
it.
movement. Like
I don't know how they're doing it, man.
I
But
I
like,
think no, I think every team just gets to that point. Not every team, but most teams they just get to that point where the players just pick up from. Like
mm,
they just like everything just works out for them. Like
mhm.
everything has worked out for them so far this season. So far, so good.
They've been
Um,
lucky. I want to say
yeah,
they've been lucky
I
because
I mean,
I've
yeah,
seen a few
they've
games. They also, I don't know if we're talking about this now, but they've been buying referees. Sorry if you're a Liverpool fan on here. You guys have been buying referees, man.
Yeah,
Damn
I
that,
mean,
man.
I feel like
Van
they've
Dyke.
been
You were gonna say something about Van
yeah.
Dyke.
So I was gonna say I feel like they've been favored a bit
A
this
lot.
season.
A bit.
Um,
A
in
bit.
yeah, in some games, in no
Ah,
no 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 no, in some games they've been favored, but they've actually done. You can't deny Liverpool of that. They've actually done
they've
their
been
job.
good.
Like they've actually like they take their chances. They do
Mm,
what they need to do. Of course, that comes with sometimes they've been favored in terms of like Virgil Van Dijk, and I've seen that post somewhere where there's been 5 occasions this
yeah,
season where you would
a
think
lot
he would get a card at
against
least,
us.
maybe maybe even
I
a
don't
red
have
card.
I don't have
I mean,
the
some of
list.
them not quite clear, but you
Exactly. Someone
know,
just said last night he was supposed to have been given a red card last
yeah,
night.
he
Yeah.
got that
He was
elbow,
supposed to have
isn't
been
it?
given a red card against
I think it was
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth or so.
Bournemouth, even against Arsenal, at least a yellow card because
Yeah,
he kicked out on Havertz. And I mean, I watched that game because that was my team playing. But there are definitely different games where Liverpool have definitely been favored. I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah,
Any
yeah,
Liverpool
yeah.
fan can come and talk. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I
But
mean, yeah, yeah.
this
They've been
season
favored. They've been favored this season a bit. We get that.
and all their players have
But
all stayed fit though.
yeah,
Everyone has stayed.
that's the other thing. They've
They
stayed
haven't. This is
fit.
one of those seasons they haven't suffered injuries as much because usually they suffer from injuries a lot.
Yeah,
But this
they've
season,
stayed fit, and it
maybe
has
Jota,
worked for
only
them. Look at
Jota.
Soboslai. Oh,
And
Soboslai is
what's
so
the other
good.
guy?
Gravenberg.
Midfield. Yeah, they've been fantastic.
Soboslai, Gravenberg, and I'm like, what? Even what's his name? Cody Gakpo as well.
Gakpo has been good. They've all
Like
been
just
good.
coming in clutch. With those goals,
Nunes
vital.
coming off the bench.
It's
You
been
get.
crazy for
Do you know
them.
who's
Like
coming off the bench for
honestly,
Arsenal up top? Tierney, bro.
that's
Tierney.
your problem, man.
Kai God.
You had what's his name? What's
Nketia.
that guy's name?
Nketia is in the room.
No, no, you sold Nketiah. What's that guy's name? The left footer that is replacing,
Oh,
not
Waneri.
replacing. Yeah,
Oh, he's
Waneri.
good.
It's
Oh,
good.
he's good.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
really
it's
good.
good. It's good.
I swear
Oh,
we didn't talk about that City's game, man. That game
what
was
did you think?
fantastic.
What did you think about that celebration?
Oh, Skelly said, I loved it,
Yeah,
bro. I did a reaction. I loved it. But obviously, the pundits and Sky Sports, everybody's shouting, he's still a kid. And like, I was on Talk Sport as well. Everyone's like, all these podcasts I
yeah,
watch,
but
they're like, he's too young. How
I
can you
don't
do it
get
against Haaland?
I
You
don't
haven't
get
won
the
anything.
I didn't see I probably didn't see the interview or the part where Alan said he doesn't know him. But I
Oh,
don't
he
get
did. He
why.
did.
I
He
know, no,
said
I
it.
know. But what I'm saying is I don't get why there was
Celebration. I love it.
I don't get why there was a like Arsenal fans felt offended when he said it. He's 18 years old. He's barely played,
No, no.
that many games. How would
Well,
Haaland know him? Like I don't get it.
okay,
Except he
so
said it
why is the
in a
same way
very
I'll ask
derogatory
you, why
way.
are people offended that he celebrated that way then?
Because obviously he was trying to get back at Haaland.
Okay, so you punch me,
But
I punch you back now is a problem. You see,
no, but no,
this
but
badge,
no,
people have suffered for this
it's not, no,
badge.
no, no, no. Don't say it like that. It's not you punch me, I punch you back.
Biased.
Is that if Haaland does not know somebody, he doesn't know him. He's
Are you
18. So
someone said this?
if it was like somebody
Okay.
like if it was somebody like maybe like Mbappe or Jude Bellingham
But
or one
what
of
you're
those
saying
people.
is
But
not
this is
true.
an 18-year-old that's barely even played in the first team. So
I
how do you
get
expect somebody
I
on the
get your point.
opposition team to
I
know
get your
him?
point. But whether you like it or not, yeah. The way he said that and why he said that he was just having a dig at the guy.
That's why I said if he said it in a derogatory
Up
manner,
the villas, eh?
maybe. If he said it in a derogatory manner, then I would have said, okay, cool. Maybe
He
it was being
did. Have you
derogatory.
seen
But
the video?
I didn't see the
Yeah,
video.
go see the video first. Up the
I
villains,
didn't
yeah.
see the video.
Like,
So
share, and subscribe. Mark, go see the video. When you see the video, then come back and tell me if he didn't deserve it. But it was cold, regardless. I don't care. He stayed humble. He stayed humble. 5-1. He took it home. Although after our loss against Newcastle, I can't really say much because the Newcastle game was painful. But yeah, let's move on then from City. There's no much to talk about City. Who do you want to talk about next?
so let's talk about I want to talk about Manchester United, but I don't know, man.
No, let's talk about your
We
team.
lost again to Crystal
United.
Palace, wasn't
Oh,
it?
really? Oh, I didn't even know this. What was the scoreline?
Anyway, I'm not allowed to do that on
No.
here.
What was the scoreline?
But it was just 2-0, nothing bad.
Just 2-0. Ah, how United
Yeah,
has fallen.
nothing
A
bad,
United
man.
fan saying just 2-0.
It was two
Fall
zero.
from
It was
grace.
fine. It's fine. We hear it. Go away. We
Against
hear it.
Crystal Palace, just 2-0.
We hear it.
You guys are falling from grace.
Almost every team I've got that
United.
that club that beats them anyway. So what's your problem?
Wait, yeah, you guys always lose. Like, and Eze wasn't even on the pitch. He came on as a sub, right? Or did he even play?
And he was injured,
Yes, he didn't
or
even play.
it was just back from injury actually.
Yeah, I think he was on the bench. United are
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, it
man.
was on the
What
bench.
what
It
what do you
was
think
just
are your
back from injury.
aspirations for the future, bro?
I mean, obviously now, I like the fact that Amorim is sticking up to his, his philosophy and his way of playing,
What
and we've
philosophy?
and we've and we
Losing?
finally get out of here. Before he came to United, he was not the kind of manager that lost. He had not lost in like what, maybe 75
I
games
know,
or
I know.
something.
Mm.
So what I'm trying to say is that
But then he
now
came
is
into
now now
United.
now 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 that there are things like he has like the final say. That's part of what he said is part of the deal. He has the final say on like
Mm-hmm.
contracts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it, right, I
Mm.
don't think I expected much this season,
Of
especially with
course,
the way
of
things
course you
have gone,
didn't.
just because of the fact that you don't bring in a manager halfway into the season that has a
I
completely
will correct
different.
you. It was not halfway into the season, though.
No, but what I'm saying is that halfway into the season, in the sense of they had already gone through the summer, the transfer window, and
Do
this is
you
why I'm
think?
saying
Do you think Ten
this
Hag
is
should
why
have stayed in the job?
so this is what, right. They should have fired Ten Hag during the summer,
Okay.
because if you know you're going to bring in a manager that has a completely different philosophy from the way your team is set up,
Yeah.
then that's a setup to fail.
Yeah.
But you've gone to this manager and you've pressured him, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've told him you have to come to United now or lose the opportunity forever. He's left his job. He's come to United, right?
Bro, do you know I'm laughing? Yeah. Honestly, when Amorim, when the first few weeks he came in, man, the guy was looking so fresh. His hair was now he started to have bald head.
He's not starting to have bald
Bro,
head.
I'm serious.
Just leave it
No,
alone.
so far one kid.
It's not starting to have bald head.
He's
But
starting to have bald head. No, for real, I'm serious. Like he's losing hair.
it's not.
He's losing hair.
Don't do that. It's not losing. It's not
No, but you
losing
can clearly
anything.
see he's suffering though.
He's not losing anything. I mean, he's
His
going
hair
through.
was longer when he came in.
He's going through a tough time, but that's fine.
It's really tough. It's really
Yeah,
tough.
that's fine. Everyone goes through a tough time.
What do you
He's
think
only
you got?
been
Do you
he's
think
only
he'll
been
be
in the
still be in
league
the
a
job
couple months.
next
What?
season? Do you think he'll still be in the job next season? Someone said his hairline is
Why
gone.
not? Why not? Like, why would he not be in the job? Just
What
give
What
me
do you
one
think are your
reason why I would.
aspirations for the future? Do you think you guys will get back into the top table next season?
I think it depends on how we approach the summer, right? It
Mm.
depends on how we approach the summer. So if
And
we
what's
do,
with? Sorry, I keep asking so many questions. I'm not letting you answer. I apologize. But what's with this United and Arsenal beef? Why do you guys keep coming for our youngsters?
what do you mean youngsters? Because
You
they don't see
guys got
themselves,
what's his name?
because
The striker,
because
and
yeah,
then you guys came for heaven.
because they don't see themselves having potential in Arsenal. It's
Let
not
me
their
stop you
fault.
there.
It's not their fault. They don't see themselves
The
coming up
levels
in
of
the
Arsenal is
ranks.
a bit too much right now. I think that's why. But in United, they could probably start.
Levels for who? Levels for who? Tell me.
Bro, but they won't. Who would they bench in the Arsenal? That's why you can see Skelly and Waneri. But in United, they could probably bench
You
a few of your players.
you guys know, it's just the fact that United, as opposed to Arsenal, is still more of a team that would still play the youngsters as
Eh?
opposed to Arsenal. And the other thing for United is, right.
Someone just said Rashford is now our star boy. Tragic.
Yeah, what's it called, Villa.
Bro, how
but
do you
but
feel
it's
about that
only on
Rashford's
loan. Oh, I'm
transfer?
so happy.
Transfer.
We'll get there. But what I'm trying to say is this is the fact that United, look at it on the business perspective as well, right? These are good youngsters. If we buy them for cheap and then, give them a bit of opportunity, we can sell them later, which is the
For profit.
business United need. We need
Mm-hmm.
to sell those homegrown players for profit, which is why they were
I
looking
agree.
at selling, Garnacho and Kobe Mainu and the rest of them.
But you guys
So
want to sell
it's
Menu?
yeah, they're like Mainu was on the book, because obviously
What?
the club is in a place where they don't have money to spend. So if you sell one of
Wow.
those youngsters, say you sell Kobe Mainu for 40 million, you spread that cost over a couple of years on your books, right?
Wow.
If you sell Garnacho, you spread the cost, or like
Mm,
it favors PSR
mm.
and things like that. So even
Homegrown.
those youngsters that we bought from Arsenal, because they're like homegrown players,
Homegrown.
if we, give them a little bit of opportunity and everything, and then we sell them,
Maybe it's
we
five,
clear
ten
our books
million,
for,
five,
which
ten
is which
million
is
or
which is
something.
quite similar to what City's done. They sold Palmer. They like City, they've got good money to spend. Although over the
City's pissing
last
me off.
couple of years, some of those questionable 115 charges. But you get what you get what I'm trying to say is that according to the
Allegedly,
record,
allegedly.
yeah, according to the record, they've got good books, anyways. So that's why United buying those players. But yeah, you asked me about Rashford, and I'm like, yeah, I'm happy because it's been a reoccurring thing, right? It's been there. I don't like when that one player is hanging over the club over a long time. If this
Mm,
was Ferguson, they would have sold Rashford
long
way
time ago.
before now. Like honestly, like
Mm.
before it turned into like
Even before that
every
contract.
see, it
And
got to
I
a
think the contract messed everything up.
it got to a point where I think recently they asked Amorim, "Oh, so what do you think about Rashford?" And he was like,
He
go
said this.
and take your question to Brum, take your questions to Birmingham and go and ask them, right? Honestly, it's no longer my problem because they've been disturbing this guy. Rashford has not played for the last four,
It's
five
been a
weeks,
while.
maybe 2, 3 months, and they keep asking Rashford, like, bro, leave this man alone. Let him. So I'm so happy that, at least for now, it's a loan move, but I'm so happy um,
I'm definitely not reading that
that's,
out.
what's it called? I'm so happy that cloud over Manchester United with Rashford is gone. So,
Mm,
anyways, we move on from United and Rashford,
yeah.
and then we get to something else because there's a lot more to talk about. Chelsea, should
Up
we
the
should we?
Blues! Second best team in London. Let's go.
Do you think? So I've got a question for you. Do you think Chelsea? Do you think they're a one man team? Do you think
Well,
Chelsea is a
Palmer?
one man team? I
Mm,
mean, of,
no.
of course we know the one man, but
I,
do
I
you
wouldn't
think?
I wouldn't I wouldn't say Chelsea's a one man team because honestly, I think hmm, hmm. Please, oh, Chelsea fans, you guys know better, so don't hold me. But I think players like Caicedo might even be more important than Palmer. I might be wrong. I don't watch all their games, but the few games I watch, he's the one holding that midfield. Do you understand? Sometimes I don't see Palmer. Chelsea fans, like I said, I don't watch all your games, so you guys know better. Please, if you're a Chelsea fan in the comments, please do actually type who's been holding Chelsea together. But the few games I've seen, Caicedo has actually been the standout performer for me. I'm not gonna lie. Palmer sometimes ghosts. Palmer is like Salah, start pad. You understand? I won't see them the whole game. They score or an assist or something. I'm not saying they are bad, but I'm saying
But
like people who actually are in the game that I see
you don't.
contributing.
Palmer is in the game contributing. I watch a few of Chelsea's games.
Mm.
And I'll tell you this, right? Even though you say, yeah, those players they come, they start pad, right? Look
No,
at
no,
this.
sorry, I'm not one to say that. I apologize, but
Palmer has
understand what I
created.
mean.
See, this is what I'm saying, and this is the kind of thing I,
Yeah,
I
someone
said
just
to
said
some.
it. Moist. I'm guessing that's Moises Caicedo. Like,
Yeah,
and that's a
this is
Chelsea
this is
fan
this
saying
is
that.
this is this is the kind of thing I said to somebody about Bruno Fernandes as well. Prama has created 32 chances in the last 11 games. Guess how many assists he
I know.
has?
I saw. I think
He has
only one.
zero
Zero.
zero
I saw
assists
that somewhere.
from creating 32 chances in 11 games. And then you're telling me that, oh, Palmer has not been good, or Palmer is this, Palmer is that.
So is
But
that?
what
Do
I'm
you
trying
think
to
it's
say
a
is that
striker problem now?
yeah, exactly. Chelsea are not taking their chances. Like that's the problem, right? And this similar to Arsenal a couple, seasons ago. Everyone has said it at the start of the season. Yes, they've got Jackson, but
Mm.
Jackson is in the very first part of the season, he scored a couple
It was.
goals,
I was
important
saying
and
it's juju.
everything.
You should go back
But
to
yeah,
Africa and get more
yeah,
juju.
exactly. But Jackson has not been that guy. Like
Nah,
Jackson is just not that consistent
it's
top
not
goal
consistent
scorer,
at all.
firing kind of player. So
Hmm.
they need someone else there. And unfortunately, they've got Nkunkum, and I don't know why he's not using
He
Nkunkum,
needs that guy needs
right?
to go.
It's turned him into a conference league player
It's
playing against a
crazy.
small team and then scoring 4 or 5 goals. But you don't really blame Maresca as well because when he brings on Nkunku, You don't really see much. Maybe that is coming from like him not playing regularly in
Yeah,
the first team, but when he comes on, you don't even see much as well. And now they've sold, Joao Felix again. They've loaned him out or something again.
AC Milan, I think.
Yeah, and now they've got who? They've got Pedro Neto. They've got. I'm so happy about this. They have Jaden Sancho.
Sancho, so I think Sancho just. If I was Sancho, I would go back to
They are
Dortmund
so
and just stay in
frustrated with.
Germany.
They're so frustrated with it. I watched their last game
Modric,
and it took
where
and
is
it took.
Modric?
I
Chelsea
don't
fans,
even know. Honestly,
Chelsea
I
fans,
don't
where's
even know.
Modric, please? Somebody type in the
I
comment.
think
What's happened
Modric
to
must
Modric?
have been one of those players that came and said, you know what, you're not going to be a regular in the
You see,
squad.
in this life, this is why your decision, any decision you take, is important. If that guy had chosen Arsenal,
To
ah
be
God,
fair,
and
yeah,
we wouldn't have had Trossard. He would have
it would
been.
have been a different player though.
He would, because
It would have been a
I watched
different
his
player
first game. I don't know if that was against Liverpool, and I was like, this guy is good. His first ever game, his cameo,
because
exceptional.
and why I say it would have been a different player is that unlike Arsenal is just one of those clubs that I feel like there's only maybe Odegaard in that Arsenal squad
Yeah,
that
well,
plays with so much freedom and free will.
yeah,
I feel like the rest they are coached. Like yeah,
systematic players,
like they are so
system players.
coached, right? Cuts back, pass here.
Mm.
Like it's so, rigid kind of.
It's only in the last 3 games I've seen Trossard try to look different, and that was when he skinned Pedro Porro and a few of these other defenders. That's the only time he tried even being skillful and just off the systematic kind of play. If not, you're right. System players is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think Chelsea that right now they're just a one man team because if Palmer is not scoring those
Nobody's
goals,
going to score.
it's just almost blank for them. And I get when you say Caicedo is good. I don't doubt that, but to win games, you need people to score goals basically,
I know what you
and
mean.
Palmer is just the only one scoring those goals for them. Luckily, they're back number four.
No,
No
not for
one is
long though.
no one is looking at them as title contenders
What
right now. Anyway,
what do you think the top four for the season?
mm, Liverpool
Mm-hmm.
first. Unfortunately, I don't want to say that, but
No,
that's
but
what's
they've
gonna
won. They've won
happen.
the league already.
Liverpool, Arsenal.
Are you sure?
Um,
Martinelli just picked up an injury.
yeah,
We are
but
screwed.
what which other team is there? Like who is second in the league? Arsenal. Who is third in the
Forest,
league?
Forest.
I don't know if Forest to top Arsenal coming. I mean, I don't
No,
know.
but Forest, I don't know what's going on, man. They've been so good.
Forest, they are good. They are good, but they've got tough games coming in it. They've got. I think they've got Man City. They've got Liverpool coming,
Yeah.
and then they've got. I think there's three of their
But
next
those
games are
games you
like
just
tough
mentioned, they've
games.
all won. I don't know if they beat Man City, but they definitely beat
I mean,
Liverpool.
they might beat Man City. I wouldn't be surprised.
And they can beat
Obviously,
Liverpool
judging
as
by
well.
what's going on right now with City, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat City. So they've got their next game. They've got Fulham. They've got Newcastle. They've got
Uh,
Arsenal. They've got Man City. Then
So
they've
you're,
got
so you're
Ipswich,
going Liverpool, Arsenal,
Liverpool, Arsenal,
Forest.
Forest, and I don't know. I think City might just beat Chelsea to the top four.
My Blues. Will you guys accept that, please?
I think City might beat Chelsea to top four.
Wow. I mean,
Honestly,
I deep down I agree because City they've signed well, so
exactly.
they've
They've
recruited
signed
well.
like four players now.
In the
So
January transfer window, this is a team that is serious.
do you think they're throwing money at it? I mean, obviously they've got the money, but do you think they're throwing money at it?
Yes, to an extent, because I don't know who was saying it the other day, but at this point, I don't think they are strategically buying players anymore. I think right now they're just panic buying. They're just like, get this person. And I don't some of those players might not even fit the system, you understand? And they're just buying everyone. The centre back, is it Kusanov they got was didn't have a very nice start against Chelsea.
I mean, yeah,
Marmoush,
that's
Marmoush has
happened.
looked
Like this
good.
is his first game.
Mamouche has looked good, but these players they are buying, I don't know if the market isn't just great, but personally, I think the players they're getting are all all below par of what they had, like a Mares. inform Sterling. You understand? And inform De Bruyne. De Bruyne
But
is
in the
done, by the way.
last, but I might be wrong about this, and maybe somebody might correct me somewhere somehow. But in
Well,
the last couple of seasons, they haven't really bought top class players. They've bought good players,
you're
but
right.
they haven't really bought like top class. Like
Mm,
they bought
true.
Ake from
Ake, like
Bournemouth,
no one knew Ake
which is
would be
good.
good.
I mean,
Ake came good.
Ake was
He came in good.
decent in
He
Bournemouth.
came in good.
They've bought
You're
Akanji.
right. You're
I
right.
mean, it
Oh,
was decent. Like
Akanji was good
Dortmund,
though. No,
yeah,
we've
it
known
was good,
Akanji to
but it
be
wasn't
good.
like it wasn't a world class
World
player when they
class.
bought him,
You're right.
right? They
Right.
bought Gavior.
Gavadio,
It wasn't world class player. It was a
but it's
good
been
player.
fantastic.
They've bought, who else did they buy
No, I
there
see your point,
as well? So it's
and I
not,
agree.
and the players they've bought as well, apart from maybe Mamush, the rest of them have just been good players, like people you wouldn't really look at
Yeah.
maybe once or twice or
Yeah.
something. And that's the other thing, right? Why they've bought this player is because they've got a coach that is also a system coach, right? Pep
Mm-hmm.
is such a system coach. So you can take average players, but if you put them in a system,
They can
then
work.
they start to play well. And that's why you see quite a few of City players, when they go away from that system, they struggle,
Mm,
right? When they go to
true.
like maybe their country and stuff like that, they kind
They're
of
not the
struggle a
best.
bit
Yeah.
and everything. Because it's such a system kind of thing. And that's why I'm saying as well, Amorim is also that kind of coach. He's got a
System.
system. So when we buy those players that work well in a system, they might not be the
Mm.
best players in the world, but
But
that system would work
true.
basically.
True.
Um, for me, I feel like currently one of the only coaches in football that still plays, that still let players play freely, as far as I've seen, is Carlo Ancelotti. He lets
Absolutely.
those Madrid guys play freely. You see Jude Bellingham, like you don't even know if he's an 8, 10, winger, 9, like Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo,
I thought you
like
were going to say
they
on a
play
slot.
freely.
I thought you were going to say slot because I've seen Liverpool a bit. Liverpool look like they play a
Mm,
bit of freedom football, a bit, just a bit at least.
yeah, but I feel like they also play with quite a lot of like composure, control. Like they
I feel
try to
like you
control
need
the
that in the
games now
Premier
and
League.
stuff. Yeah, you need that in the
Wow.
Premier League because the Premier League defenders, they are so energetic anyway.
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
they run here and there.
yeah.
Um,
I'm looking at time. I think we're
yeah.
almost coming to the
I
end.
was
Have
I
you
was
got
gonna
any?
say.
Yeah.
Um, so what did you think? Lastly, just transfer window kind of thing. In terms of like Martis,
I'm the wrong person to ask.
what happened? I thought you guys were gonna bid for Tel at some point.
I've told you I'm the wrong person to ask.
I
Please
thought you
ask the
guys were gonna
comment.
bid for Tel at some
I don't
point.
know. I don't know, but
Um,
I'm trying to erase from my mind like there was ever a transfer window because we didn't. There was no transfer window for me,
but
and I can't really comment. Yeah, City obviously won the window with the amount of players they've signed, so hopefully they come good for them, shall. Let's
but
see. Let's watch and see.
what would you say? 22 years old Colombian player John Duran going to Saudi. I mean, it's a lot of money, but where
He's
do you stand?
22. He can go there 2 3 years as long as he stays sharp. Because obviously, when you're in a league that is not keeping you in your best shape, it could be a problem. I think if obviously everyone says go there when you're old, but I don't know his contract. I don't know how much he's getting paid. But if he can go there and stay sharp and then maybe return back to Europe, he's taking his money.
Yeah, the other part is him returning back to, if they bought him for 70 something million,
Mm.
right? How much do you think they're going to sell him? If they've already bought this
No,
guy for
no,
70
he's
something
definitely coming
million,
back cheap.
it's coming. Why would he come back cheap? Why would they
How
want
much
to
do you
sell him
think?
cheap?
No, when coming back to Europe, no one's going to pay 70 something million for him.
Exactly. So would
That's
that
what I'm saying. He's
stop?
going to come back
Yeah.
cheaper than.
Apart from him coming cheap, he would have to take a pay cut to come back, because
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think
But
anyone
he's
is
made
going
a
to
lot of
pay
money
him
now. Come on, these Saudi guys, they pay them ridiculous. And he's playing with the GOAT
with
in
goods.
Cristiano, your GOAT. Come on.
It's not my goat.
United
Lionel,
fan is not
Lionel
Cristiano
Messi.
Ronaldo, Sue. No.
Messi is my goat.
Oh, what kind of
I'm a
United
I'm
fan
a
is this?
honestly,
Please.
there's not many of us, but I'm a United fan that believes Messi is the greatest player. I'm
I
not saying
agree.
Ronaldo is not good.
No, it's
Don't
fine.
get me wrong. I'm
I
never
won't
saying
get you
Ronaldo
wrong.
is not
I
good.
won't get you
He's
wrong.
a great player. He's
Mm,
one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
yeah.
Fact. You can't change that. But
Yeah.
I believe Messi for me is just a better player. Like Messi. I feel like we'll see Ronaldo's kind of work rate sometime, somehow. Oh, this guy's frozen. Okay, you froze there for a bit.
No, I didn't. Maybe I
I
just
feel
paused.
like we'll see Ronaldo's kind of work rate somewhere, somehow. But you see that Messi's genius. That is intelligence. That the way he plays the game, like the things he sees on the pitch, like his passes. Oh my god. The dribble. Ah, when I say
Just
someone has football brain, he has football
I
brain.
always knew you
He
were not
actually has
a
football
strong
brain.
Man United fan. I've always said this, guys. I hope you can see when I say I call him a fake
Because
United
I
fan.
admire the way Messi
But
plays the game. You're a joker, man.
no, because like how many United fans
I'm
will
a
say
real
Messi?
person. I'll tell you the truth. Like without bias, like this is 1% bias, but I'm actually not even being biased this at this point. And I'm not saying Ronaldo is a great fine player. He scores goals. He does most things on the pitch. But
Mm,
what I'm trying to tell you is that me watching both of them, I just
mm.
watch Messi and I'm like, oh my god, like
I'm
what?
not going to argue. I also think Messi is the greatest player ever, to be honest. And then
Exactly.
Ronaldo can
Cool.
come in second.
And
But
then
I never argue about them. Like if somebody brings a debate about Ronaldo and Messi, who do you? I just shut up because both of them, like it can be argued. That's why both of them are that good because you can put a case for both of them.
yeah,
But for me, it's preference now. It's not about factual. Oh, this is who the good is, or this is it. It's preference, and my preference, I would definitely pick Messi.
fair enough.
Mm.
And on that note, it's
I
eight
rest.
o'clock.
On that note, I rest my case.
A team still in a competition is playing right now.
Who is that?
Some teams can relate because we beat them out of the same competition. So
That's tragic.
let
Anyways,
let me go and watch my
cheers,
team
guys, for
play.
coming to watch. Please, if you're new here, please do like, share, subscribe.
Please like, share, subscribe
Tell a friend to tell a friend
to tell a friend.
to tell a friend
Yeah,
to tell a friend.
and we'll see you again.
See you guys next week. Have a good night,
All
guys.
right, then have a good night. I didn't even think of it. I didn't think of it. Well done.
Bye.
All right, bye.